incredible run at Albion 4. We'll be interested to see how he does here. He is, of course, a French player as well.
You know what that means.
Very loud crowd.
He brings the crowd.
Yeah, and LT is a Snake main, it looks like. So this is going to be a very projectile-heavy game going to Pokemon Stadium 2 for the first game.
And I hoped I could use all my random hero knowledge, but apparently not.
Yeah, no. Instead, you're just gonna hear me talk about the Brawl Days with Snake for the next couple of minutes.
Alrighty, we're seeing a lot more projectiles than the last few matches.
Oh, definitely. And it's interesting because I feel like Mega Man is one of the few characters that actually won't mind trading with grenades. Because Mega Man themselves are such a heavy character.
He is made of metal.
Yeah, a heavyweight himself, meaning that if the trades are largely going to go in his favor.
But he can also go in with his large hitboxes because that back air is big and that forward air is also really big.
Yeah.
So he goes in, and if he hits with that and he hits a grenade at the same time, it's still a favorable trade.
Yeah, and a very deep edge guard there. Predicting LT trying to go low and just forward airs him.
Also puts the sticky on him, but it goes into the shield.
Yeah, so obviously putting the sticky there just kind of forces you to shield for a little bit, and you see a lot of Mega Man players that they will opt to fire that as you respawning just to sort of whittle down your respawn invincibility. Good out smash there out of shield from TriM. You'll see a lot of Mega Mans, they'll be trying to cover options with forward air and back air. Very good options for covering like when people are trying to recover.
And also that little cyclone must be really annoying for Snake because sometimes he likes to recover high.
Yeah,
Mega Man can just send out that attack without committing because he's not going there himself. He's just sending a projectile that goes straight up, which not a lot of people have.
Yeah, it's a very interesting projectile, and it's one that you have to be careful with as well, because of course, if you jump out of it, wow! I'm astounded that caught the dash attack, but TriM looking very solid here in this game. And you see he fired the crash bomber again. But of course, if you jump out of Mega Man's up air, you pretty much fly up and you die at a very early percent.
On the topic of dying, that Snake confirm.
Yeah, the down throw, up tilt, true confirm at those percent ranges.
Well, no, it works. So LT using that for him and catching up one stock.
Yeah, he's got quite a deficit here, but certainly not an impossible one. Snake, a character that can rack up damage very quickly with all the projectiles and C4.
But also, the way they play sometimes, they stand at opposite ends of the stage, and neither of them have to get in because they both have a variety of projectiles. But at the same time, if they go in, they also both have good normal attacks.
Yeah, they're both strong characters in their own right. That said, LT definitely needs to be trying to make some magic happen. With a deficit like this, TriM will be more than happy to... Well, you know what? It works, so we won't knock it.
Yeah, but TriM's already looking for a kill almost. Snake is heavy, but he's also at 150%.
Yeah, and that's gonna do it. Covering that dash attack on shield perfectly is TriM. Immediately going to stage selection. But as we saw, Snake's dash attack, not the safest move on shield. Able to cover it pretty well there.
You can, once you start it up, you cover a lot of space with it, but you can't get out of it while you do it. So TriM had the opportunity to punish that with an up smash twice, which he made good use of.
Yeah, both times he was able to kill with it. He did. Absolute clinical decision making. We're looking forward to see what adaptations LT makes here in this second game in order to try and cover it. We're going into game number 2, and we're going to Yoshi's story. I feel like the tri-plats work for Snake, allows him to cover a lot more of the stage with his C4 and grenades. So it's obviously a smaller stage in town than Pokemon Stadium as well. Oh, caught the jump out there.
TriM's already putting out a lot of percent with Leaf Shield too.
TriM's doing a good job here. Oh, landing into him with a Leaf Shield, not the most common option, but it worked. He did it again.
This is the third time this match he's done it, and it seems to be working.
It's an interesting mix-up because he's doing it to try and punish LT for dropping shield, but if LT tries to drop shield, or tries to stay in shield, he ends up getting grabbed. Mega Man surprisingly strong in the mix-up department. LT doing a good job here in this game.
Doesn't get the Nikita and also has to worry about the sticky again. And
another trade there. A down air from TriM.
Tries to get the edge guard off stage with the forward air, but doesn't work. And again, Snake trying to recover high, but that upper is really scary for that.
Oh, wow, he bet it all there, and LT takes the first stock in this game.
It's already looking much better than the last.
Yeah, well, that said, he needs to try and get some extra credit here.
Throwing a lot of grenades to cover the ledge so that he can't be ledge trapped, because TriM doesn't want to be where the grenades are.
Oh, of course. And that was some very tricky movement, but in the end, TriM just sticking out of that forward air.
And now they're still trading the projectiles. LT's doing much better than the last game.
Yeah, that said, there's only a 10% deficit in this. And it can be turned around in an instant.
But going from a 2-stock to pretty even games already.
Oh yeah, that's definitely improved.
He might find a way to take this. Again, recovers high, which I still think is kind of dangerous, but he hasn't been punished, so I might be wrong.
Very clean down tilt there from LT to get underneath the lemons, and the C4 catching him out there.
Did you see that before it exploded? Did you know it was there?
Yeah, I knew it was there.
'Cause I didn't.
Yeah, no, I'm used to looking for it in the old days of Brawl. So I had to get it in once.
The good old
But TriM there, proving this isn't Brawl. Mega Man was not in Brawl, and he gets that forward air.
And again walks in with the leaf shield.
He walks in with the leaf shield and gets a ton of damage for it.
Tries to predict his movement with the up airs, but he predicted wrong, so LT gets out. And again the dash attack and then the punch for the up smash.
Yeah, fantastic stuff there from TriM, and he's covering LT here. LT in a lot of trouble. He's got to try and get down now.
And TriM's just staying center stage and just being threatening.
He's holding it like a fortress. Oh, very nicely done there. Grenade into...
So again, TriM's just... LT's at 120%, so...
Oh, that's it. Oh.
He's looking for a kill move, and he found